Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah. We just give praise and honor to God and for another opportunity to bring forth the bread of life. We'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers, amen, on this wonderful occasion. So we just want to say Happy Mother's Day again. We also want to acknowledge Brother Herman Jackson last week for giving us that wonderful selection soloist and our minister of music, Sister Murphy, today. Lord, make a way, amen. God has truly blessed us, amen. And we're going to go ahead and get into the word and go ahead and get out. We believe we have a word for you today on this day, amen. Our scripture reading today comes from 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, beginning at verses 16 through 22. You'll find these words written there. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my Lord, I and this woman dwelled in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we 2 in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it. And she rose at midnight and took my son from beside me while thine handmaiden slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I rose in the morning to give the child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I was considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living son is mine. Thus they spoke before the king. Amen. That was an interesting story to hear on Mother's Day. I know we like to hear something really pleasant, but I believe there's a word for us this morning. When we consider all the great women and mothers that are in the Bible, whether you start at Eve and go to Sarah and Miriam and Deborah and Vesta and Hannah, and in the New Testament we got Mary, Jesus' mother, and Elizabeth, Lois. It's just so many, amen. But the Lord just kind of impressed upon my spirit to talk about these 2 women. I believe there's something there we need to just look at. Notice during this time in 1 Kings that Solomon is just arrived. When I say arrived, he just came into his kingship. His father David had passed, and he was appointed and anointed as king over his brothers. And it seems that he had gone to sleep in Gibeon, and the Lord came to him and asked him, What can I give thee? And Solomon said, Man, I'm just a child. I don't know how to go out, and I don't know how to come in. This great number of people that you really blessed me with to be king of, I just don't know. So he said, But if you would, Lord, just give me a heart to judge your people, to judge them from good and from bad. That's all I want, God. If you just do that. And the Bible says in the early parts of this chapter that the speech pleased God. It touched God's heart. It lets you know, often said that David was a man not only after God's heart, but David knew how to talk to God. And we see his son, Solomon, knows how to talk to God too. And we're familiar with the life of David and the good and the bad. And one of the things that stand out to me about his father David was that Saul, the king, that before David, he sinned. It seemed like it wasn't that bad, although he disobeyed God. and he lost the kingdom. And David, as far as I'm concerned, did something much worse. I mean, not only did he take someone's wife, but he had a man killed. But David knew how to talk to God. And that's something that the people of God need to understand. The world don't understand this. I read a bumper sticker not long ago that said, Christians are not as believers, and they want us to be perfect. Amen. But we're not perfect. We're striving for perfection along the way as we walk out our sanctification. But the boy, he knew how to talk to God. The speech pleased God. He said, because you did not ask for long life for yourself, and because you didn't ask for riches for yourself, and then you didn't ask even for your enemy's head. Is that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make you wise. That you're going to be wiser than any man. I'm going to give you an understanding heart. Not only that, but I'm going to give you riches and honor as well. The Bible tells us that, especially in the 4th chapter of 1 Kings, that he was the wisest man that ever lived. Imagine that. That he was so wise that kings and from other nations came just to see his wisdom. He gave over 3,000 proverbs and over 1,000 songs, if you just read it in the Bible. So it's interesting that when God gives you something, it's amazing how God brought it into fruition. You know, it's one thing for God to make a promise and tell you something, but then he has to allow certain situations in your life to come about and for it to come to fruition. And that's what got my attention, is that soon as God had promised him this wisdom, to give him an understanding heart, we find in verse 16 that he uses 2 women. Imagine that. 2 mothers. It's amazing that he would use 2 women, and notice they were not women of what we call a great character. They had the same occupation. They lived in the same house. And they both were expected, they both were pregnant, and they both gave birth to young boys. Now, I need to go ahead and say this because it's that they were 2 harlots. And I don't think you need me to interpret the occupation. But we have to be mindful in biblical days not to start frowning on them, because any lady that had a relationship outside of marriage was considered a harlot. So we might want to ask ourselves, we might want to check our own we might want to do some checking ourselves. And that's why Jesus, when he met the little woman at the well, he said, you had 5, and the one you're with now is not yours. In fact, even when they tried to judge this one woman that was caught in adultery, after Jesus scribbled in the dirt, and I believe he was writing out something that they understood, because they all began to leave from the eldest to the youngest. He said, he that has no sin, let him cast the first stone. And he looked at the word thou accusers. That was somebody. We all have some issues. So you might want to ask yourself, how many husbands have you had? And how many wives have you had? Hello, somebody. I thank God for Jesus. Glory to God. We all, everyone in heaven is going to be an ex-somebody. Amen. So he has these 2 women here, and they are before the king. They have an issue, they have a problem, and it seemed that the low court couldn't solve their problem when they heard what was going on. And they took it to the next court, and they heard what was going on, and they were like, put their line. There's no way they can render a decision. So they bumped it up to the higher court, to the king himself. And I imagine everybody was gathered, but like, we couldn't figure this thing out. We couldn't figure this thing out. So they began to share it with the king. They say, look, we was in the same house. There was no strangers there. We both were pregnant. Come on here. We gave birth at the same time. We both had 4 babies. We went to bed. And it says that one of the mothers, she overlaid her child. Maybe she was nursing him. She went to sleep. on her baby. Oh, if this is not a word for today. She went to sleep on her child. She went to sleep. She woke up at midnight because she realized that her child had died because she had smothered him. And she took her dead baby in the middle of the night and went over to the other mother and laid her dead baby next to her and picked up the other mother's baby and put it next to her and went back to sleep. This is them talking to the king. She says, now when I woke up in the morning and I saw that my child the baby was dead, I looked at it, but I considered, the Bible says, when she really considered it, she woke up to give him suck and he was dead, but when she considered it, when she really looked at the baby, she said to her, this is not my child. It's not mine. They're talking to the king, and the other lady speaks up, oh, no, that is your child. The living child is mine. All the dead child is mine. No, the living child is the dead child. They're going back and forth in front of the king. Now, I want to just go ahead and put my finger here about the mother that went to sleep on her child. It's a problem that we have in our world today, in our nation. It's a sad thing when a mother goes to sleep on her child. Maybe not so much physically, but when she neglects to train them up in the admonition of the Lord, to take responsibility, to teach them values and morals. You hear what I'm saying? You go to sleep on your child. When you neglect to bring them to church or to Sunday school. My mother, God bless her heart, when we were just little tots. Now my daddy, he was out running moonshine and do whatever else he had to do. But Mama, she made sure that her children were in church. Help me somebody. Help me Holy Ghost. Train them up in the admonition of the Lord. The Bible lets us know that when we get old, come on over here. Something about it's like they're a hook on us. We can only go so far. And then sooner or later, he will start bringing us in, bring us back into our right mind, back into a right relationship with God. Hallelujah. So they're going back and forth. How can you go to sleep on your child? Where there's no covering, no prayer. When you don't teach them about the things of Christ. There is a heaven to gain and a hell to shun. About God's mercy and God's grace and the plan of salvation. How could you go to sleep on your child? So they're having this argument before the king. I'm going to let you go in just a minute. And the king says, he speaks up and he said, you say it's your child. And you say the living child is your child. But you say, no, the dead child is her child, and the living child is her child. It's back and forth. The king basically said, enough. Enough! Tell the servant, go bring me a sword. Bring me a sword. And cut the living child in half, and cut him in two and give one half. Give the other mother the other half. Better take care of it. But then the true mother, the Bible says she bowed her yearn as if she was grieving the loss, the separation. Now, mind you, the king is looking at her. And she's just all broken up. And she said, oh, my Lord. She basically says, give her the living child. Basically, let no harm, don't hurt him, don't slay him. Just give her the baby. I would much rather for her to have him than to see my child slayed or cut in half. And the king, the other lady, I like her attitude. She said, no, neither. It be mine or thine. You can just go ahead and divide it. And the king looked at them. He told them, said, do the child no harm. She's the mother. Today, the thought is a mother's love. But God put something in them where they are nurturing. They just have that nurturing spirit. And the love that they have is unconditional. I don't care how right we are, how wrong we are, how good we are, how bad. Mother's just always going to love us. It's amazing. Even now, I haven't lived at home in well over 40 years, but when I go home, I notice my mother, one of the things that she does, she looked me over real good. I guess she wanted to know if I'm taking care of myself. And the next thing is trying to make you something to eat, sugar. Mothers, they just like that. They just like that. When our when babies are small, they know when the baby cry, whether it's a cry that they're in pain or they're weak or if they're hungry. They know if they need to be in a hurry or they can take their time. Mothers just know intuition. That's something God put in them. And we honor our mothers on this day. It says a whole lot. Now let's look at these two women just before I go to my seat. That God will use two unlikely sources to show the nation the wisdom that he placed in his servant King Solomon. And he would use these two women. Could it be a word for us today? That our problem in our society where mothers have gone to sleep on their children. Neglecting to give them back to God and to lift them up to him. Could it just be? We look at her, it breaks our spirit, our heart, just to know that she could be so unattentive, uncaring, where she would just forget that her baby is just laying under her. And then there's the other mother. She knows her child. Some of us don't know our children. Whatever they come home from school and say the teacher don't like them or whatever, and you ready to go down there and raise all kinds of, you ought to know your child. You ought to know. You ought to know. And if somebody corrects him, you get offended. You ought to know your child. She knew her child. And you know what? When you know your child, you can fight for him. You can go to the King of Kings and you can talk to God about your seed. I think God is just waiting on us to cry out to him. This situation, this pandemic that's in the land, everything has been shut down. I mean, completely shut down. A wonderful opportunity for moms and dads to really get to know their children. To really get to know them, their nature. A wonderful opportunity to just get with them and talk to God with them, that they would realize that there is a higher power, that there is a God that they can talk to, because they won't be little children. They're going to grow up. And if mom and dad, if you didn't think nothing about God, when they grow up, they're not going to think anything about God. They'll think a politician their God, or a rapper their God, or a movie star their God, or they get caught up in some crazy religion with crystals and whatever else, somebody telling you what you can wear, what you can't wear, what you can eat, what you can't eat, all that kind of stuff. And it has nothing to do with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And I'm talking about Jesus. He's the King. Jesus Christ. He's the King. The anointed one and his anointed. It's all about him. He's our King. We can petition the throne of grace. The Bible said we can come boldly to the throne of grace to obtain mercy and find grace to help in a time of need. Church, this is a time of need. We need to talk to them about our children, about our family. We need to talk to them about our relationship with him. We need to petition the throne of grace. This is a time of need. Hallelujah. God bless your heart. A mother's love is nothing like it.
The Lord is blessing me right now. Yes, the Lord what you did.